Hello. Just waiting for you guys to come. Say hello when you're here. I'm fiddling a little bit with this microphone. It's just a bit big, isn't it? It's good, but it's also a big one. Hi, good evening. Say hi to me. Let me know that you're here. I'm going to start in a minute. I'm just waiting for more people to come. Hi, guys. I love it when I see people from abroad watching the live because I know it's late for you guys. I try to do it earlier, but I can't always fit it in, you know? So, good evening, everybody. Good to see you. Today, we're doing a very important yet simple live that will help you use had, okay? Please don't sleep. Okay, the first thing we have to say, okay, pay attention to this because I was thinking so hard about this today when I had the idea to talk about had. I had this idea because actually, before I talk about where the idea came from, let me just give you a little important, I love to see you guys here. Oh, sorry, I just clicked my fingers, didn't I? I'm going to stop reading comments for now because I get distracted and I really want to focus on you guys. When I finish telling you about had, I'm going to look at the comments and see if there are any questions. Deal? Okay, so I'm just looking at the camera for now, okay? The reason why I couldn't understand why it's so hard for you guys to use had is simple. It is because I never learned it like that. To me, had was never a problem because I didn't learn had as something that is complicated. Nobody ever said to me, oh, you need to learn to use had. So I'm going to give you a very thorough and very important grammatical explanation about this because you need to know, Patricia, you need to know the difference between have had and had. So sit down and get a book because you're going to need one. Nobody ever said that to me. Thank God. So I never learned it like that. To me, had was one thing. Had was something that I learned completely naturally without grammatical explanations, without thinking about the difference between have had and had. Okay? You're watching me from a restaurant. Oh my God, you guys. I love you guys. You're amazing. I need to stop reading the comments. I get distracted. They keep popping up. I'm like, what are you guys saying? Sorry. So let's just, for a moment, I'm going to ask you to do something with me for a moment, okay? I'm going to ask you to stop thinking about grammar for a second. I know it's hard, but you must. You have to, okay? For this to work, you have to. And there are some things in English that we use all the time with the verb to have, okay? So these things are, and these are very everyday life things, because obviously when I was planning this live, I wanted to bring very real life scenarios to you, things that you will, if you live abroad, you will use. If you don't live abroad, but you work in a company that you use English for work, you will hear this. If you don't, when you're watching a movie, you're watching a video, you're watching a series, you're watching a documentary, you will hear these things. So when I was planning, I really wanted to bring things that are real and that are not from a little list from a book. All these things came from here, right? So this afternoon, I sat down and I just thought about the things that when I'm speaking, I use all the time with have, Okay, we're going to start with have for you to see what I'm doing here. So we always say, have a baby. It's a very simple thing. Everybody knows somebody who had a baby. We watch something, people are talking about having babies. This is very simple. So we have a baby. We have meals. We have breakfast. We have lunch. We have dinner. We have an idea. We have a chance to do something. We have a problem, right? We have pain or aches, a headache. We have a headache. We have earache. We have a stomach ache. We have these things, okay? Now, I'm going to give you some sentences that I kindly prepared to you using those things I just said, but I'm going to be saying had in my sentences, okay? And you're not going to be thinking about grammar now. You're not. You're just going to listen to my sentence and listen to this. We have a shower. Exactly. Thank you. We have a shower. Perfect. So I am going to talk about all these things in a real life scenario, in a way that will hopefully help you remember these things. And we're not translating and we're not thinking about grammar. You're just going to do something for me. I'm doing the hard work here. You are just going to listen to me. And you're going to listen to my sentence, and you're going to listen to my scenario within the sentence, and you're going to allow yourself to understand without the difficult things. Okay? Can you guys do this for me? Please say okay if you understand what you have to do. Just type okay, so I know everybody's listening. You guys are paying attention and you guys are ready to rock and roll with me tonight. Okay? Just send me okay before I start with my beautiful sentences. Yay! Okay. Thank you guys. Brilliant. So the first sentence I have here, listen to me. Okay? You guys know that I have 2 children, right? You know this. Come on, I always talk about them. I have 2 kids, okay? So I had my children through a normal delivery, a normal birth, okay? Both my kids. Now listen to this. When Mimi was born, if you don't know this, Naomi is my second baby, okay? So my oldest son is Dominic, and Naomi is my daughter. She's the little one. So she's my second baby, right? Okay. When I had Mimi, I wasn't so scared because I had a baby already. When I say it super fast, I'll say I'd had a baby already. Can you do this, please? I know you are at a restaurant, but it's fine. Nobody cares, really. Just say, I'd had a baby. I wasn't so scared because I'd had a baby already. What am I doing here? I'm telling you about something that happened in my life, correct? I'm telling you about something that happened in my life. This thing that happened in my life happened in my life. I am telling you about something that happened in my life. The way that I felt in my life, not right now, before. 3 years ago in this case. You see, I'd had a baby already, so I wasn't so scared. Let me see if you guys are following. Let me look at the okays and the everything that you're saying here. Yeah, that's the first sentence. I'm going to give you another sentence now. Listen to me. Completely different sentence. Completely different sentence now. Okay? Completely different to the first one. Listen up. And remember, your job is very simple. I'm doing the hard work here. Your job is to listen and to accept and to open your mind. That's your job, okay? I'm being nice tonight. I'm being super nice tonight. The second sentence is, I had a dream the other day. Yeah. I had a dream that I was at Mais, Você with Ana Maria Braga. Yeah, I was in my dream. And there was this beautiful breakfast table there. That has always been my dream. You know, I watch that show and I think, that breakfast. Yes. So in my dream, I'm there. I'm there in my dream and she's talking to me and she offers me breakfast. Can you believe it? She goes, Patricia, would you like some breakfast? And I say no. In my dream, I say no. Because I'd had breakfast already. Why? This is the kind of situation. It doesn't matter whether you've had breakfast. You have breakfast again. But in my dream, something crazy happened. Something went really wrong. And I said, no thanks. The reason why I said no, I'm telling you, the reason why I said no was because I'd had breakfast already. I had breakfast already. That's what happened. I'm telling you about my dream. My dream happened a few days ago. Do you see what's going on? This is actually a dream. Didn't make this up, guys. I know it seems like I did. I dream about food. Let's not go there. So, I'm telling you about my dream. My dream was not now. My dream happened already. And I'm telling you, I'm explaining to you why I said no. Because I'd had breakfast already. Don't need another one. What? Seriously now, Patricia. Sentence number 3. I'm glad you guys are enjoying yourselves, really. Sentence number 3. Okay, this is you telling me now. This is a sentence from you guys, okay? That I think most of you feel this way. I believe you do. I receive messages from you guys and you tell me this. So you say, Patricia, I wish I'd had the chance to learn English with you 10 years ago. This is true, isn't it? You wish you'd had the chance. You had. I am just making it shorter. You wish you'd had the chance 10 years ago, didn't you? Really? You wish? Yeah, I know. Because it would have been so much easier and quicker, probably. So you wish you had the chance, but you didn't. Because I wasn't teaching on YouTube 10 years ago. You see, you wish you had the chance. This is gone. You are talking about a situation that is not here. Okay? Can you see what's happening? You don't need to know all the grammatical reasons why you speak this way. Because the only thing that happens when you actually know everything is that it makes you more confused. It makes you so confused. You know that thing about ignorance is bliss? It is a lot of the time, because the more you know, the more confusing it is for you to speak. Because the moment you're going to get it out, you start to wonder, have had, have done, have been, has had. I'll just say nothing. I'll just sit here and not speak. That's what happens. So ignorance is bliss sometimes. It was for me. And I'm showing you my English. So, yeah. Now, sentence number 4. Okay. how I came up with this idea for this live, okay? I received more than one. Last time, maybe you don't remember, but last time I asked you guys on Instagram to send me questions. I said, send me a question, like, what do you want me to answer? I received some questions about had. And I will confess to you that when I saw this, I thought, what? Why? Because it was so natural to me, and I teach in a very natural way to my students. My students have heard this, and a lot of them use this without ever learning. Today, we're talking about had. I don't teach this way. I think it's crazy to teach this way. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I don't think it's nice for you or for me. So why? I don't do it. So they learn in a very natural way. So when I started to get those questions, I thought, had? Really? I hadn't thought about it. I hadn't had this idea. Oh, here it is again. I hadn't had. Hadn't is had not. Is the negative version of had. Okay? So I had not had this idea until you guys asked me. I hadn't had this idea. And you see, when you say it quickly in a sentence, it becomes something very small. Had is very small when you're listening. When you're listening to English next time, when you're watching something, pay attention. Pay attention to how things are being said. And you will see had is so small. It's very tiny. I hadn't had this idea. Can you see how quickly it is and how small it becomes within the sound of this sentence? Do you see what I'm trying to say? It's not, I hadn't had this idea. It's more like, I haven't had this idea. It's very small. If you're not really listening, you might miss it. You might not be able to hear it. So listen close. Okay? Sentence number 5. It's the last sentence of today. Okay? I have mentioned before, I don't know if you heard me say this, but I suffer from migraines. A migraine is a very severe headache. It's, in my case, it's one of those headaches that hurts behind your eye. And I feel like I want to do this when I have a migraine. And I want to just put pressure here, I don't want to move my head, because when I do, I feel like my whole head hurts. Everything hurts so much when I move it, and I'm having a migraine crisis. So I suffer from migraines, right? And basically, the other day, this happens to me quite often, to be honest. About 3 times a month, it happens to me. And the other day, I had a migraine. And I went to bed, and I realized I'd had a migraine the whole day. And I hadn't taken a tablet yet. I normally wait to take a tablet. I'm not sure that's the best decision. I think I need to wait less. I think I need to understand the migraine is there and just take the tablet. Do you know what I mean? Whereas what I normally do is I wait for the thing to pass, and it doesn't. It's so persistent, this migraine. It really is. So I went to bed and I realized, what? I'd had this migraine the entire day, and I hadn't done anything about it. And I probably was not going to be able to get to sleep with that pain. So I'd had a migraine the whole day. I'm telling you, my story. I'm telling you what happened to me in my life the other day. This is not here right now. This happened already. This is already there, but I'm telling you about it because I am talking about this. I'm explaining to you. I say I had a migraine the whole day. I can't say I've had a migraine the whole day because God forbid, touch wood, if I say I've had a migraine the whole day, it means I have a migraine now and I've had it the whole day today. We don't want that on a Friday night, really, do we? Do you see the difference? Now I'm going to look at the comments. Okay. Yes, I can't see either. When I have migraine crisis, it's very difficult to see things. And in my case, I got a problem, don't I? Because I work on the computer and I work on my phone. So when I do have a migraine, I'm in trouble, big trouble. Anyway, beautiful people, any questions for me before I go? Do you understand had in a very natural way without having to think grammar? Instead, next time you're watching something in English, can you please pay attention to what people say and make notes? Thanks. Yes, I got it. Okay, no questions. That's good. That's a good sign though, isn't it? No questions means, okay, Patricia, that was clear. Right. Thank you so much for being here. I know Friday night is pushing it, isn't it? Yeah. I like to test you, and you guys are super dedicated. I love it. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. A migraine is a very strong headache. You can't move your head. You know, it's really, really strong. Excuse me, what do you mean I need to change my eating habits? Maggie, what are you doing here? We'll have to talk later. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to see you guys next week. I don't know when yet, possibly Friday again. It was great to be with you. It's always a pleasure to be here. And I hope that with the content I share with you, you will be able to take your English to the next level, that you will be able to find the strength to push yourself, to do it for yourself. Okay? Thank you so much. Can I say I had already had some experience? Yes, you can. Totally. I had already had some experience. I had already had a migraine the day before and it was back. Yeah, you can. Brilliant. Thank you. I'll see you guys next week. Beijo. Bye.